It's time to get in or get out. Hello and welcome to MT Entertainment. In today's video, we'll be looking at the console that brought our favorite Nintendo characters to the third dimension and count down the top 10 best Nintendo 64 games. Let's begin. Number 10, Perfect Dark.
What?
Though it's often overshadowed by the game it's a spiritual successor to, Perfect Dark should still be recognized as one of the N64's best games. Set during an alien war, players control Joanna Dark, an agent of the Keratin Institute. She attempts to stop rival corporation Datadyne from using alien technology to become all-powerful. It has a wonderful blend of sci-fi action and espionage. Perfect Dark wowed its players with smart AI, great gunplay, and better graphics thanks to the N64's expansion pack. Its multiplayer mode, while not as praised as GoldenEye's, is still extremely fun. Number 9, Paper Mario. Though the game was released near the end of the console's life cycle, it was still very loved and spawned many sequels. Its entertaining gameplay and fun art style helped this game age better than most others on the console. The Mushroom Kingdom is not only a great fit for the game's art style, but it's also a surprisingly good world for an RPG. The game is also a spiritual successor to the SNES's Super Mario RPG The Legend of the Seven Stars, and it's great to see that Nintendo is easily capable of making a great RPG starring Mario without the help of Square. Number 8, Super Smash Bros. The iconic original that kicked off one of Nintendo's biggest and best franchises. The original Smash Bros. Had 12 characters and 9 stages, and thanks to it having up to 4 players, it was an easy must-have for any Nintendo-loving friend group. Though some may argue it hasn't aged the best, there is still a lot to love about this game, and it was easily an amazing start to an amazing franchise. Number 7, Mario Kart 64. Another game from one of Nintendo's best franchises. Super Mario 64 improved upon the original Mario Kart game in every way. There were more playable characters and more levels, and the levels themselves were bigger and better. This game, just like Super Smash Bros., was a must-have for any N64 party. You could bring out your competitive side during the races or in the battle mode, which to this day is still one of the best battle modes in the franchise.
I'm Luigi, #1.
Number 6, Star Fox 64. Not only is this one of the best N64 games, but it's also one of the best shoot-'em-ups ever made. Star Fox 64 was a spectacle on the N64. It was a pioneer game for Nintendo, being one of the first console games to feature fully voiced dialogue, and to make use of the Rumble Pack. Star Fox 64 is a timeless classic. The Lilac system is just amazing to play through. The game was easy to pick up, but could be quite difficult to complete. Despite being memed a ton, Star Fox 64 holds up better than most other games on the console. Number 5, BanjoKazooie. It's hard not to love BanjoKazooie, the lovable bear and his bird companion traveling to many lands to rescue his sister and stop the evil witch Gruntilda. The game is bright and colorful and has a cartoony look. The game features many lovable characters and some entertaining and sometimes challenging platforming. Not only is BanjoKazooie one of the best platformers on the console, but it's also often considered to be one of the best 3D platformers of all time. Number 4, GoldenEye 007. Another rare game on the list. GoldenEye is still often referred to as one of the greatest games of all time. While the main story is fun, the game is mostly remembered for its multiplayer, which was actually added at the very last second, without the knowledge of the higher-ups at Nintendo or Rare even knowing about it. It may have just been the best multiplayer experience on the console, and it's honestly still a blast to play today. Number 3, The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. Though it wasn't as financially successful or as critically praised as its predecessor, Majora's Mask is still one of the most unique experiences Nintendo has ever given us. Set in the twisted world of Termina, Link is tasked with stopping the Masked Skull Kid from crushing an honestly terrifying moon into the land below. Many players didn't like the repeating of the same 3 days, but that was honestly one of the best parts, with different events happening on different days. and times. It actually taught you how to spend your time wisely. And Link's different masks and forms gave us a variety of gameplay. Though Majora's Mask is often overshadowed by its predecessor, it should still be remembered as one of the most unique games Nintendo has ever made, and one of Link's greatest adventures. Number 2, Super Mario 64, one of the best launch titles of all time. Super Mario 64 is an amazing classic that aged phenomenally. While the story is the same, rescue Peach from Bowser, everything else was new and exciting. No longer was it a simple point A to B experience. Now, there were huge worlds to explore with multiple collectibles in each one. The game could be very challenging, but that hasn't stopped it from being a fan favorite, and from being one of the biggest games in the speedrunning community.
Here we go!
Number 1, The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. Come on, this was going to be number 1. You knew it, I knew it, everyone knew this would be the top of the list. Ocarina of Time was like an event in gaming history. Not only did it successfully transition a beloved franchise to 3D, but it proved that games could be so much more than just a bunch of levels stitched together. The story was exciting, the world felt lived in, and it was an experience like any other. Its dungeons were engaging, its locations now historic, and its innovative targeting system forever changed how we interact with video game environments. Ocarina of Time is not just the best N64 game, but it truly is one of the greatest games in video game history. And so, those are the best games on the Nintendo 64. Do you agree with this list? What are some of your favorites? Let me know in the comments. I would honestly really love to know. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave a comment if you want. And also, if you'd like to support the channel, you can do so for as low as $1 a month. By supporting me through channel memberships, or if you prefer one-time donations, you can check out my Ko-fi page. You can use the link in the description to every video or the link on the channel's main page. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!